English Online, and today we're back with ECPE Proficiency Michigan, and we're going to be looking at the writing part of the exam. So this is going to be a quick video to give you some tips and facts about the writing and to try and help you boost your marks. Alright, so let's have a look at the facts about the writing. Okay, so hopefully if you're taking this exam within the next month, you already know these, or you should do. Alright, so first of all, the first tricky thing about this exam is you only have 30 minutes to do your essay, alright, which is not a lot, alright, as you'll see in a minute, and I'll get back to this in a minute. So 30 minutes is all you have, and they're very strict with their time. Alright, you have a choice of 2 essay questions, which is kind of nice of them. It gives you a, so if one of them is absolutely horrible or you really don't like the topic, at least you have an option to do another one, which is fairly, reasonable of them, I think. Okay, you have to write in pencil, just a little fact. So all those people who love writing in pens have to write in pencil. So get used to it. Now, you are instructed to write 1.5 to 2 pages, alright? So they don't actually give you a word limit, but proficiency generally, you're expected, as I've said here, about 250 to 300 words, yeah? So they give you an A4 piece of paper, yeah, like this, alright? And you're meant to do 1.5 pages of that. So that's quite a lot of writing, which brings me back to my first point. And you've got to do this in 30 minutes, alright? That's no easy task. You will lose marks if you write less than this, okay? So if you give them half a page or 3/4 of a page, unless your writing is, I have had a student and her writing was, she could literally write me half a page and there'd be 300 words there. You needed a magnifying glass to read her writing. But it depends on the size of your writing, but most of us, say you're writing 8 to 10 words per line, like most humans out there, you're going to have to write 1.5 pages to 2 pages. Yeah? Your writing must be legible. Now, some people have a real problem with this. Legible means, obviously, the examiner needs to read it, so you can't write like a drunken spider. Alright? You are not graded on how your composition looks, however. So maybe your writing's a little messy. You're not going to lose marks for this, they say. However, the examiners, I think, are human, and if you're like me or like any other human out there, we tend to judge things on appearance. So if you have a nice, sexy essay that is written nice and neat and tidily, it's going to make a good impression. Whereas if you have an essay which is all scribbled out and crossed out with messy handwriting, straight away the examiner is going to go, oh, you're making his job or her job very difficult, alright? So I do think presentation is important, and for those of you with bad handwriting, it's something that you really need to work on. Yes, again, you're under pressure, you've got 30 minutes, and this means that even the best of us kind of go, no, and just kind of let rip. Alright, but you got to make it legible, yeah? Alright, so on we go. Here are some tips for you, alright? Read the questions very, 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 very carefully. And I say this because one of the most common reasons why people fail the writing part of the exam is because they don't answer the question. And if you don't answer the question, it doesn't matter how good your English is. You're going to lose a lot of marks for content, and the examiner won't be able to give you content marks, okay, if you don't answer the question. And the danger is, if you've been preparing for this exam and you've been writing lots of essays, you may have written similar essays on a similar topic or on the same topic. And the trap is that you start, writing the same things. And every essay is different. There's a different emphasis, okay? And so you really have to spend time reading the question and actually asking yourself, what exactly is this question asking of me? What should I include? What should I exclude? It's very important. Okay? Choose the best question and be decisive is my second tip. Now this may seem logical, but I've had students in mocks and they sit there and they get 10 minutes in and then you see them going, and I say, what's wrong? And they say, I've started this question and now I think I prefer the other essay. And you're like, okay? They've just wasted a lot of their time, all right? You really have to think carefully about what you've got ideas for, what you've got a vocabulary for, and which one you're more confident in writing, all right? Be decisive, take your time, read both questions fully, and make a informed decision. Spend time brainstorming and organizing your ideas. Alright, now this is very important. Once again, it comes back to the fact, and it's understandable, people have 30 minutes, and because of that, they're under pressure, and they're like, and they just start writing. No, no, no. Never do that. Okay, this is a proficiency exam. Okay, your writing has to be organized. Alright? You have to organize things logically, and this means that you really should organize your work and have ideas before you start writing. Now there may be those of you out there who can just do it like that. Good for you. Excellent. If you're happy doing it like that way, by all means continue doing it that way. But personally, I always brainstorm ideas, and what this means is you sit there and you think, okay, this idea is going to go here, and you actually do a skeleton essay. And in fact, there's going to be a video about writing essays and more about skeleton essays and things like that. But generally, it's just do a plan so you know which ideas are going in which paragraph. You can write down some words that you want to include. And again, you'll see I've written 3 to 4 minutes. Yeah, so don't spend 10 minutes planning your essay. I would say, no longer than 4 minutes. But you should do this for sure. Alright? And if you have time, which a lot of you may not, and by all means don't panic if, for example, maybe you've just started your conclusion and the examiner says, okay, thank you very much guys, put your pencils down please, and they come and take your paper and you're not finished. Just because you don't finish your essay does not mean you're going to fail or anything like that. Okay, you can still get a very, very high mark. The examiner is going to be looking at certain things, and again there's going to be an annotation for a link where I'm going to be talking about what the examiners are looking for. Alright, although you can find this, to be honest, in any ECPE test book. They go through the bands, band 5, band 4, band 3, band 2, band 1, but I'll simplify it for you, or try to. Alright, so if you have time, check for errors as well. And finally, remember to practice your essays. Alright, practice makes perfect. You should be finding essay topics and practicing them, writing them in 30 minutes. Alright, because if you need 1 hour, you obviously need a lot more practice. Alright, so practice makes perfect. Alright, so I hope this has been useful for you guys. If there's any questions or perhaps any essays that you've seen that you just have no idea how to go about answering them, get in touch and we'll brainstorm some ideas together. Alright? Thank you very, very much for watching. That's all for now. Bye.